What's important about these illustrations is that this is a catalog of the species that were there in the Hudson Canyon in 1925 when the Department of Tropical Research first visited. These incredible otherworldly species that they were seeing in the canyon, fish with these incredible barbels hanging down to attract other fish. Throughout the writing on this, they compare it to being on another planet, and they're just so struck by the proximity of this incredible wildlife, these really mysterious forms so close to New York City. We're in the archives right now of the Wildlife Conservation Society, and our archives reflect the history of the organization, which dates back to its founding in 1895 as the New York Zoological Society. William Beebe was the first curator of ornithology of the Zoological Society, and Beebe in the teens developed a new division called the Department of Tropical Research. This was a group of men and women consisting of both scientists and artists who came together to travel to various tropical locations to study the wildlife there. In 1925, the Department of Tropical Research took an expedition through the Sargasso Sea to the Galápagos and then back through the Hudson Canyon aboard a ship called the Arcturus. Beebe was interested in trying to understand animals in their habitats, and to do this in the Hudson Canyon, at the time this involved sending down trawling nets to bring up specimens of animals, including some species that had not been described in Western science before. So we're talking about a time where photography wasn't able to capture the color and movement that of course it is today. So these artists were so important to helping the Department of Tropical Research be able to showcase these species that they were seeing. So we've got an illustration here, for example, of a squid from the Hudson Canyon shooting its ink. And the details that these artists were able to capture in these illustrations in that moment right there on the ship. The Department of Tropical Research certainly wouldn't have anticipated the environmental threats that the canyon is facing today and the need to protect the canyon today. But at the same time, I think what's so special about this collection is how timeless they still seem and how they capture this sense of beauty and wonder and awe that the Department of Tropical Research felt when they were in the canyon. And I think it's so meaningful that WCS is at work protecting the canyon today, continuing on this legacy that began almost 100 years ago of trying to understand and appreciate and celebrate this wildlife and this wild place that's so close to New York City.